Hey everybody, Seth from Headwaters. I'm here with Jim from Swell Watercraft, and we're going to be doing a comparison of the all-new Scupper 12 and the Scupper 14 from Swell.
Okay, this is the brand new Scupper 12 kayak. The Scupper 12 is 12 foot long exactly. It's 28 inches wide. So it's the least wide 12 foot sit on top that you can buy. But it's incredibly stable because you're so much lowered down into the cockpit. We lowered the paddler down in about 3.5 inches. So feet are all the way down. What you end up getting is a lot of speed by taking the width out of the boat and a lot of maneuverability. Also, it's comfortable because we've dropped the footwells down. Now you've got a bend in your knees that wasn't there in the previous sit-on-top models that have been out there that were lowered down and fast. And it's stable as well because you've got a lower center of gravity. Okay, starting up at the bow, we've got the drain plug, of course, and soft grab handles, nice and comfy for the long haul. And up in the front, there's a wave deflecting nose here. And people wonder what that's for. We want to keep water out of the cockpit of the Scupper 12, otherwise it would have to be drained out. So wave deflecting nose knocks water out. Any water that comes over is going to pour over this system and go right out the safety scuppers. So big rectangular camping hatch in the front, so you can get 3 or 4 days of your gear and food up here, no problem at all. Moving back into the cockpit area, we've got the adjustable foot pegs, of course. So different people coming in and out, different people using the boat, no problem. And in the center, we've got a nice hatch here that gives you access into the hull in case you want to do any mounting or just need to get your hands in there and want to store some paddles or fishing rods all the way up and down. And when you open it, it's got a nice red carrying bag for day items, but again, you can do the access. For the Scupper 12, we actually molded in anodized aluminum handles that make it really convenient to kind of whip around. Paddle park here, so you can go ahead and drop a paddle in. The Mochique seat is really important to the comfort system. We worked with an ergonomic specialist to design this whole area, and then we designed this seat ourselves. If you wanted to car top this boat, it's best to flip it upside down, so we made the seat something that can be folded downward. Tank well is pre-set up to fit like a milk crate perfectly, or a 5-gallon bucket. There's also a transducer scupper on one side for a fish finder. And you can carry quite a bit of stuff in the back. Pull your bungees off, put a clip on the top and get some dry bags in there potentially. And it also fits a scuba tank. Moving back, we've got the convenient grab handles at the back as well. So then there's the Adventure Package Upgrade. The Adventure Package Upgrade costs an extra $200, but what you get is you get these camping hatches in the back, these 4-inch hatches with the red insert bag. Again, you can put more of your day stuff in here, stuff that maybe you don't use all the time, but you need occasionally. You've got the fishing rod holders here. Up in the cockpit, you've got some nice comfortable deck pads. This is great for anybody who goes barefoot or just wants a little more comfort underneath their foot. And then you've got the 6-inch Yak Attack Mighty Mount gear track, and that's the Adventure Package. One really interesting tidbit about the Scupper 12 hull is it's based on a tri-bump. The original tri-bump was actually put together by Tim Niemeyer in order to fit his scuba tank inside the hull. It wasn't for performance on the water. However, it turned out that it delivered a ton of performance to his kayak. It has soft chines, so essentially has limited primary stability. Why would you want limited primary stability? So you can turn the boat effectively, so you can put it on edge in a crosswind or in bad conditions when you just want to get back to land. A person without muscle weightlifter shoulders can turn the boat nice and easily. And the secondary stability is what's going to keep you upright in the boat. So it allows a paddler to sort of take control over the boat rather than just it being flipped over or flipped up. You can actually turn it on edge and athletically control the boat. Okay, this is the Scupper 14. This is our first boat. It came out in 2018, and the Scupper 14 is 14 foot, 1 inch long. It's 25.5 inches wide. So again, it's the least wide 14 foot sit on top you can buy. It does have the lowered footwells, so you've got the stability and the comfort with the bend in your knees. And you've got the speed that really kind of unleashes from the lack of width that the boat has. Coming up to the bow, we've got the drain plug, of course, and the grab handle that's kind of soft and comfortable. This is the largest hatch in the world of kayaks. It's a thermoformed bow hatch that stays actually incredibly dry when you flip over and capsize. So even though we've got a lot of surface area, it's going to keep it dry inside. Inside we've got the Poly 2 plastic. So it is a plastic where we add a foam additive in the middle of the rotomolding process, and it makes the boats much stiffer and quite a bit lighter than regular rotomolded plastic kayaks. 6-inch Yak Attack Mighty Mount gear track comes standard on the 14. We've got the same adjustable foot braces. The oval center hatch is great little day hatch to keep your items, your sunglasses, your lip balm, whatever, nice and close to you. We've got the valves, of course, the drainage valves themselves, which use a ball system to drain any excess water that you might get in the cockpit. So if we've got the footwells lowered so far that if water comes in, you've got to use these drainage valves to drain water out, which happens with the Venturi effect at about 5 knots an hour. Side grab handles for picking the boat up, along with the paddle parks here. Mo-Cheek seat, same system as the 12. Moving back into the tank well, there's another 9-inch Yak Attack Mighty Mount gear track. In the tank well itself, you've got the adjustable bungees that allow you to get, stacked up gear nice and high, clipped on, or put in a Yak Attack black pack, or again, you've got the 5-gallon bucket. And in this boat, you've got a bait well in one scupper. So you've got a scupper that adjusts for a live bait well intake. And then on the other side, you scupper for a transducer so you can get your fish finder set up. You've also got the scuba tank set up as well. Nice soft grab handles. Rudder is something that is optional, and skid plate goes underneath the boat here. Now we're at the parts for the adventure package. This boat has the adventure package in it. The adventure package is a 4-inch quarter turn hatch here with red insert bag. We've got the C-deck deck pads that go in the tank well. You've got fishing rod holders as well. And then coming back up into the cockpit, you've got C-deck deck pads underneath your feet. And we've got the 4-inch hatch right in front of the pad there with the red insert bag for more day items. Okay, so now we got the 14 hull here. And if you look closely, you can see the soft chines coming down. And the tri-bump is a little more obvious on this boat. It's actually, people say, does a boat have rocker? I saw it has rocker, and they're looking at it from an upright position. So as you see the hull, you can see it has none. It's 100% flat, going all the way down. And this item here actually helps it track really, really well without the rudder. And we do have some people who add the rudders on the 14, a lot of times for saltwater, or they just want one. So the 14 and 12, how do they sort of coexist? What boat is good for what person? First of all, you got a price difference. $939 on the 12, $1199 on the 14. Those are the standard model prices. Then you've got weight, of course. You've got this boat at 65 pounds and 63 pounds on the 12. So it's going to be a little bit lighter and easier to handle off the water. Storing it in your garage, maybe you don't have a 14-foot section of wall to store a boat. Also, another advantage of the 12 would be turning it. Turning the boat is simple and easy. Takes a couple quick strokes, and the 12 is super convenient for anybody on fresh water, lakes, ponds, small rivers that aren't very wide. You'd want a 12 over a 14. The 14 is a sort of dream boat for a lot of experienced kayakers around the world who've been kind of waiting for this type of craft. It's going to be faster on the open water, and it'll take you a little bit more to turn, but it's going to be safer when bad conditions come in. It's more campable. Both boats have lots of space for camping, but if you were doing a 4-month Mississippi River trip or something like that, you'd want the 14 and all that space and the forward hatch and easy access. I think with the 12, we encounter a lot of beginners and people who sort of wander into the kayak store and don't know what they're after. With the 14, I get a lot of orders direct from consumers who've been, maybe they've been waiting for a boat like this, or they're excited about it in conjunction to their local body of water. I sell more towards the coast with the 14. It's a little more saltwater worthy, especially when you add the rudder to it. And so if you want to be at the front of the pack all the time, you'd buy the 14. It's going to be a little bit faster. And both boats are a lot of fun. They just apply to different people in different bodies of water.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jim. Comparison is good to go. We're going to take these things out on the water and stack them up side to side and see how they feel.